wrong or right.
Talk about it. Hey, what's going on, Katrina?
Hello, how are you?
I am well. How old are you?
40.
Okay, what did I get wrong? What did I get wrong?
You didn't
What?
you didn't get anything wrong. You didn't get nothing wrong. My question is, I think I'm not your average listener. A lot of times things you talk
Okay,
about
here we go, folks.
don't per se apply to me. And my question is, this is like, okay, I'm 40. I have 3 kids. I've done a stay-at-home mom thing. I'm divorced. I've been divorced for 12 years. So, and I don't need a high value man. I'm at the point now where I want companionship. I do want a Christian man. I am a Christian woman. I do know that
What's the
marriage is
question?
gonna.
What's the question?
You notice how she just started with her own life, her such story. I'm different from everybody, but she never asked the question.
My question is like,
Can make this shit up.
how should I put this? Everyone that I hear you speak of, you have a very.
Just give me your question. Just give me your question. Just give me your question.
So what do you do? Okay, so what if you're a woman who is old like I'm 40? I don't want to have any more kids. I'm done having children. I don't need to have a high value man. I just want a good man. I want companionship.
Okay.
I want a man that is a Christian. And with that being said, how is that hard for me to find? I know I'm in that danger zone. Or
All
whatever
right.
you
So,
want.
man, all right. Let me stop you right here. I've asked you like 5 times. Basically, what you're saying is, how does a woman at my age find just a man for companionship for the rest of my life?
Yeah, it's a good person. Yeah,
All right.
a good Christian.
Well,
They don't have
first
to be
thing,
all
well, the
those
first thing, you gotta be willing to say it.
Mm.
I knew that's what you were calling to ask for. Sentence into it, but you ladies don't want to just admit. You want to go all the way around the world, and men don't want to hear all that.
Yeah, see, that's what she came to tell her story, but not the question. I have a question, but then she just threw all the entire story. Listen, fellas.
First and foremost, why do you want a quote unquote good man? Because are your kids out of the house?
Oh no, they're older. They're in high school.
Okay.
How old is the
They're
youngest?
My youngest one is 12. I'm sorry, she's in middle school. She's 12.
Well,
I'm in high school.
so the kind of man you're looking for, you're looking for somebody just to go to make it the home plate with.
Yeah,
You're ground in third base, and you just
want
want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, kind of like my mother did.
Yes.
All right. Well, here's the thing. How long were you married?
I was married for 5 years.
5 years, and that was 12 years ago.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I've known him for 20 years.
You're 40. 12
Funny,
years
bro.
ago, you divorced. And before that, you were married for 5 years. 17, 23. So you got married early on.
Yes, sir.
What kind of history do you have in the last 12 years of actively cooperating with a man?
Man, that's such a great question.
That's definitely my issue.
Well, there's your problem. It's not a problem with men, man. It's the problem is you in the mirror, because there are plenty of men out there. But let me see if I can fill in the rest of your story. You spent the last 12 years focusing on your job, your kids, your career, yourself, doing all sorts of kind of stuff. Now you look up and you're 40 years old and you're about to be an empty nester. Now you want to just plug in a relationship. Guess what? Men are not freaking Lego bricks. Men aren't Lego bricks. Do you fit anybody's? Okay, here's a question. Do you fit anybody's situation? What do I need from a 40-year-old? Okay, here's a hard question. Ready? You ready?
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
Okay,
Ready?
let's go.
What does an Aaron or a Greg need from a woman who has no history of working with an Aaron or a Greg?
Great question.
I'm gonna have to ask you, what exactly is an Aaron?
Our average, everyday, regular dude.
It's a Bob and
You
the
got no
Peach.
history of. You got history of working with one man 17 years ago.
Yeah, I agree. That is a problem.
Yes. And the question is, why'd you cut off all? And see, what I need to hear from sisters like you is to tell young women, don't do this. Stop cutting men off. Stop thinking you can just shut men out and life down and restart this engine at 40 years old. It don't work that way.
I agree.
Well, tell me.
I mean, I just,
Tell them.
that's not the way. That's not the way to work. I agree. It does catch up with you. But
Okay.
at my point, my kids, when I first got divorced, my kids were really young, and I was just focused on raising them. I was struggling trying to just be a single mom with 3 kids, manage my home, and
That's
my
that story.
job, and just
There you go with the star story.
Well, but see, okay, so
Their
here's the
own
question.
and my
Here's the question that's gonna come up. Here's the question that's gonna come up. Why did you and your husband split? That's the question.
I knew that question was coming. Something I noticed about Kevin Samuel, he goes back to the root of the problem. I knew this question was going to come because we need to know who started the divorce, why the divorce happened, and why you haven't basically take accountability.
Come up.
You know what? I was young and immature.
That didn't answer my question. Why'd you? So you filed for divorce from your husband?
I did.
Why? Here's a question that's gonna come up, ma'am.
Oh yes, I mean, as I say all the time, young and immature. If I looking back, if I pinpoint exactly why, it was just stupid. And looking back,
Stupid meaning what? Stupid meaning what?
It was young. I was young and immature.
Give me a reason.
The reason.
You think you could do better?
No.
Did you think you didn't need him?
No, I just thought that okay, I can find somebody else later and not.
Oh, damn. There we go. And he asked us question already during the interchange.
And I realized I wasn't.
So you thought you could do better? I'm out here. I could do better. Okay, see, and what I'm trying to show you, man, is if I met you or somebody like myself met you, they're gonna ask these questions, and you got no good answer. I was just young and dumb. I'm sorry, you were married to a man with 3 kids. Was he working?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Did you have to work?
At that point, it was just not cost effective not to work with 3.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ.
The question,
Did you
lady.
have to work while you were married?
I didn't have to.
Okay.
It wasn't easy.
Man, see, men are very direct communicators. That's why a lot of you think I'm rude.
Yeah.
You have no history with working with men, so you think this is rude. I'm just trying to get information. You were married at 21, 22?
I was married at 27.
At what age? What age did you meet what age did you first get married?
I got married at 27.
You said you're 40.
Yes, sir.
You said you've been divorced for 12 years.
Maybe the math isn't quite right, but I know I was married at 27.
It's the math of your own freaking life, lady.
Man.
Mr. Samuels,
How long have you been divorced?
I got divorced in 2012.
So that's 8 years.
Yes, sir.
So I get to be mean because she doesn't know her stuff.
Mm.
These things matter. These things matter to me. So you got married to a man at age 20 what?
27.
You got married at 27.
Okay.
All right, and you got divorced at what age?
Like 31.
Not 31. So you married 4 years. When you were married, did you have to work?
I didn't work at that.
Did you have to work when you were married?
No.
No. All 3 of your children were by your husband, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So you were married to a man that you didn't have to work and you had all 3 of your kids, and yet you thought you could divorce him and find better. Great.
Wow.
Before you met him at 27.
Wow. The delusion, bro. And the audacity. Wow. She divorced. Listen to her reason why she divorced the dude. She thought she could have done better. Isn't that the same? What's the accountability when it comes to things like this? A decision like this, it literally broke a family unit. And these people are just running free like nothing happened.
18 and 27. What happened here?
I was with him as my high school sweetheart.
So you will.
Is that a whoop?
So you were with a man that you've known and you've seen him grow from high school to 27. He married you, put you in a position that you did not have to work. You had 3 children, yet you decided to divorce it and go elsewhere. And then you want to talk about how you struggled to be something. See, that's where all that comes in place. Nobody's going to give you credit for struggling. You chose it.
Agree. Like I said, I was young.
No, man.
We don't want to hear it.
Here's why this is relevant. I need a lot of ladies like yourself. Some of you don't deserve a second chance.
Oh, okay.
You're laughing
I'm
like
sorry
this
to
game.
tell you this. That's where a lot of men think. A lot of men will hear that and say, "Wait a minute. You found a good man. He married you. He sat you down. You had 3 children, and you divorced him for no good reason. And you think you deserve to go back?"
No.
Listen, I'm telling you how men are going to hear this. Or do you not want to hear it?
I'm listening.
Okay.
This is how men are going to hear this. I married my high school sweetheart almost 10 years after high school. I did not have to work. He took care of everything. All I had to do was be the wife and have babies. And he took care of it. But that still wasn't good enough. I divorced him. Then I had to go out and struggle on my own.
That's insane.
Now I look back and say I was young and dumb. Most men are going to say, you don't deserve a second chance. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you that's what a lot of men are going to hear. Because you had more than 75% of black women can ever get, a husband. And you had a husband paying all the bills. And you threw it all away.
Bro, think about that. You were in a great situation. But because of love was not there, you might didn't want to be there because you thought you could have just gone better. If for her to think like that, that means that she already was entertaining someone else. Remember, guys, females detach emotionally when they break up a divorce. I mean, a marriage. They have to detach emotionally. If they cannot detach emotionally, they will never divorce. But if they detach emotionally, that means that they are emotionally just trying to entertain someone else. They're gonna divorce you, man. 100%. You have to take the L.
So most guys gonna be like, I'm not gonna volunteer to deal with her, because here's the rounding. Let me round it all the way home. Because what's to say if I decide to deal with her, and I'm with her for 10 years like a high school sweetheart, then all of a sudden when I need her to be around, and I'm 40 and now I'm 60, is she gonna be around and she gonna throw me away too? See, the way you guys handle men, what you do with men, tells men a lot about what you're gonna be like with them. So I'm sorry, ma'am.
With that being said,
go ahead. So let me say this. So I'm sorry, ma'am. No one's gonna hear a sob story about being a single mother and hard times. Ain't nobody that's gonna fall on deaf ears.
Yep.
You chose that. So go ahead.
but with that being said, you were correct. I chose that. I said I was young and dumb. And then when this time,
There we go with the young and dumb. That's not. See, when you say I was young and dumb, you can't even hear it. She's not really feeling sorry for that. That's like a phrase that she's using to defend her actions.
you
can hear it.
Things. You know, at that time, I wanted to know about the bills and all that. Now, after dealing with it, like, I want to know. Just make sure they get paid.
Where's your
before you
husband?
grow up.
Where's your ex-husband?
And we're still married. We have a very good co-parent relationship. We're still,
Hold on. You're still what?
We're still very good friends. Talk to me every day.
Oh, yep.
Are you one of these women who divorce? Are you one of these? You one of these women that divorce your husband?
Yep. And play with
you
him.
Still stay involved with it.
What? Bro, and I know someone like that close to me, bro. She's not family, but she's around the family. But I know this person, man. Oh my God, bro. I call those the person's demons. Right? They just like to just sucks people's time, sucks people's emotions, man.
No, not like that. Let's not go there.
You said you talk with him every day.
I do. We have.
Listen. That's bullcrap. Man, this is why I'm trying to explain to you, you're not really cut out for any other man. When you divorced your husband, he should have shut the door on you. And your only interaction would have been specifically regarding the children. Who has primary custody?
I do.
So he has visitation.
Yes.
Is he paying child support?
Yes.
Then he should not be talking to you ever, other than listen.
Such a
other
bad
than
person.
directly relating the children. Yet you're still getting his non-sexual
Sexual attention. And this is so important, fellas. Do not give female your sexual attention. Don't give her. Right? Because they can smell that. And if they smell that, they can manipulate you. And that's his case. He still wants a piece of the cookie. And she knows it. She knows it. He was the man that she was married, but he's the orbit. He's around. While she go and still make mistakes trying to find that guy that she thinks you deserve. It's crazy, man. I'm telling you, folks.
He's still speaking to you as like he's not in your house, but he's in your life. You're not cut out for another man. I can't think of it. No other man should even want to touch. Why don't you just apologize and go ask your husband to take you back?
We are discussing that.
No. Why don't you go apologize and ask your husband to take you back?
I have done that. I listened to your show about the Eternal Seven, and I'm willing to grovel over glass and make it work.
But that wasn't. But ma'am, that was not the question you asked. You asked about going on to another man.
Yep.
I can rewind the tape. That's what you called an ask.
Yeah, and she called for that same reason. Insane, bro.
You didn't say, how can I make it better?
Then that's what should have been my question, because that's more or less what I want.
But that's not what you...
I agree. I didn't ask that question properly.
Oh, bro. Man, this is Kevin getting post Irish Invest. You see what I'm saying? You see he's still calm. You see some of these last video, bro? He just wiped all his face white. He's almost like this. Bro, because you see, dealing with females, especially with the modern female, it's not easy because since there were kids, nobody has ever told them, no, you're wrong. The world is not going to care about your situation. Just imagine this being her first time telling her, you have everything wrong. You did everything wrong. Bro, she's almost 40 years old. You see what I'm saying, folks? This is insane. It's crazy.
No, man. You didn't ask the question properly. That ain't what you even asked. You asked about it.
Come on, Kevin.
Ladies, what I need you guys to understand is this is what men are dealing with. You hear about how bad black men are. How they ain't taking care of their kids. How they doing all this other stuff. Your husband was black, right?
Yes, sir.
So your high school sweetheart, did he cheat on you or anything? Or did you cheat on him?
No.
So what age did you guys get together in high school?
Senior year.
So senior year,
18.
So a man has been with you since you was 18 and you took him through all these changes.
Divorce him.
And he's still dealing with you.
Man.
We still love each other.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I am going to reach through this internet and pinch your ear. I said he's still dealing with you.
Okay.
When okay, ma'am, if the world was right, what should he be? Should he still be talking to you?
He doesn't have to.
That's not what I asked you.
That's not a question.
No, he should not be talking to me other than talking about the children.
See? The deception women? Exactly. He shouldn't be talking to you. So this is what you don't hear. You don't hear that black men go through this level trying to be with a black woman, with their wives, with their kids. All you see is the bloody stats. You don't hear this shit that men go through.
Yep.
Well, sadly, I've heard this story so many times.
And this is a taboo, bro. Because, man, we have pride, not to show emotion. But, man, when you sit down with folks to talk about this, bro, this thing is as real. Even go to my comment sections. Go to my shorts comment section, bro. This is filled with this stuff, man.
I can predict it. That's why I knew what she was talking about when she first fucking called.
Bah.
Don't call me asking about getting with a man. You find a way to get on your goddamn knee pads and crawl back to your husband and act like you got some goddamn sense and you learned your lesson. You don't deserve another man. You don't deserve another bite at the apple. And you're lucky you still got the one that's dealing with you.
Well, thanks for that.
Thank you for that.
Call me when you get your husband back.
We'll see. I appreciate
No. Because there is no other man out here that you should be dealing with. Nobody else deserves this. Call me when you get your husband back because your children want that. And honestly, man, it may sound a little bit harsh, but that's who you're really cut out for. Have you been?
Therapy.
If you haven't been physically involved with another man,
They need therapists, man.
I don't know what y'all playing these games for, man. You wasted a lot of life and a lot of time and a lot of damn money.
$100%, man. 100%. This is so sad, bro.
Come on, black women, I want to hear about it. These black men ain't taking care of their kids. They don't want to be married. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. Yeah, right.
Man. Bro, that was oof. The audacity to call in a show just to present that case. Imagine a guy calling to a show saying like, "Hey, I divorced my wife. I took the kid. I took all my kids. She cannot have access to my kids. She's calling to just give me attention. She wanna get back to me, but I'm just playing around with different women." You will look like a douchebag. Well, somehow when we flip it, she doesn't look like a douchebag. Well, it's a bad behavior. And I think this was the power of shame in society. Shaming, things like this, behaviors like this. We all know it's wrong, but somehow these modern women, they just go through life like this. And again, I'm gonna repeat this over and over and over again. This just not only go in dating. This go through our arts. This go through our politics. This go through our private sector. It's just this modern way on accountability thing that it's gonna destroy the Western world, folks. It's gonna destroy the Western world because it's coming from the premise that there's no accountability to behaviors. There's nothing wrong, but there's no accountability. There's no correction. If there's no correction, well, the only result that we're gonna have is basically the demise. No. It's time to grab a microphone and start talking about this. Let me know what you guys think. This was insane. I'm out. Peace.